Hello students, welcome to the first unit revision, that is the basic concepts and laws of thermodynamics. In this unit we have to study some of the important definitions, that is the basic concepts of thermodynamics and the laws related to the thermodynamics. The weightage of this unit is 30 marks. 10 marks theory will be asked and 20 marks problem will be asked on this unit. Important questions which we have to discuss here are 7 to 8 important questions are there. In that, the first question we are discussing are some of the concepts, basic concepts, are important definitions. So in that, firstly we have to study system means what, boundary means what, surrounding, cycle, enthalpy, entropy, specific heat at constant pressure, specific heat at constant volume, quasi-static process. So before this, we firstly know what is the thermodynamics, then we go for this important basic concepts or definitions. Thermodynamics is a branch of science which is dealing with the study of energy possessed by the vapor and the gases and the properties and the conversion of heat and the conversion of that energy, whatever the possessed by that vapor and gas, into heat and mechanical work and their relationship with the perfect properties of the system. So this is called the thermodynamics. Next we have to study system. System means it is a specific or definite area chosen for thermodynamic study, where the important thermodynamic processes are taking place and the transformation of energy or mass is to be studied. So the conversion of mass or the conversion of energy is studied under a specific region or specific space. That space is called thermodynamic system or system. The system is classified into three types. One is an open system, and second one is a closed system, third one is a isolated system. So this classification of the system is again one 5 marks question that we'll discuss in the later. Next we have to discuss boundary means what. Boundary means it is a layer surrounding or enclosing the system, enclosing or surrounding the system, that is called that layer is called boundary. Or we can define boundary in one more type, that is layer separating the system and surrounding is called boundary. Next we have to discuss what is a surroundings. Everything external to the boundary, that is all matter outside the boundary, is called surroundings. So if in the examination he asked to define system, boundary and surroundings, we have to define these definitions and we have to give the schematic representation like this. In this schematic representation, thus inside that circle is, we are calling it as a that dotted indicates a space. In that the circle we have taken a specific area for study. That specific area is called as a system, and the surrounding layer, the circle, the circumference of the circle which covers that system is called boundary, and everything external or outside the boundary is called surroundings, and is called the surroundings. So this is a one important 5 marks question, that is a define system, thermodynamic or system or thermodynamic system, boundary and surroundings. So we have to define and give the schematic representations. Next we discuss what is a cycle. This is a one more important definition, thermodynamic cycle, or simply we are calling as a cycle. So this we are studying in detail in third unit, that is a different cycle, thermodynamic cycles, Carnot cycle, Otto cycle, Diels cycle, dual combustion cycle, like that we are studying in detail in the third unit. But in this first unit we have to study here what is a concept of cycle. Cycle means what? Cycle means when a process is performed on a system. System means we have taken a specific specific area or space for thermodynamic study. So when we perform different process on that, such when we perform different processes on that system such that the final state and initial state both are same, that is what, when we perform different processes on a system, then if the final and initial state are same, then it is known as a cycle or thermodynamic cycle. In this PV diagram you can observe 1 and 2 are states, and 1A2 is a process, it is a one process. 2B1 is a second process, so if we performing two processes here, so that 1A2B1 is a cycle. Next, enthalpy. Next definition we have to study enthalpy. The enthalpy of gas is the sum of internal energy, which is denoted by U, and the product of pressure and volume. So enthalpy is nothing but it is the sum of internal energy and the product of pressure and volume, PV. So it is an extensive property that is independent of the mass, and it is represented by H, So capital H, mathematical formulation, capital H is equal to internal energy U plus product of pressure into volume, Next, entropy. So one more definitions we have to study is entropy. Entropy, it is a thermodynamic property of a working substance which increases with addition of heat. So entropy will increase when we add the heat and decreases when we remove the heat. So this thermodynamic property is called as a entropy. Entropy means it is a thermodynamic property which increases when we add the heat to the working substance and which decreases when we remove the heat from the working substance. The term entropy means transformation of change in. The term entropy means transformation. The change in entropy is given by ds is equal to dq by T, where ds is the change in the entropy, dq is the heat added or rejected, T is the absolute temperature. The unit of temperature is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Entropy, it is energy possessed by a system due to its molecular arrangement and motion of the molecules, and it is represented by capital U. So whatever the energy possessing due to the motion of the molecules and its arrangement, it is called as the internal energy, and it is denoted by capital U. It is expressed in Newton meter or joule. So the total energy of a system P is equal to E is equal to potential energy plus kinetic energy and internal energy. So specific heat, it is defined as the amount of heat required to rise the temperature of a unit mass of a substance through 1 degree, and it is represented by C. The unit of specific heat is kilojoule per kg Kelvin. If m kg of substance of specific heat is required to rise the temperature from T1 to T2, then heat required Q is equal to mc T2 minus T1. Specific heat at constant volume, it is the amount of heat required to rise the temperature of a unit mass of a gas or substance through 1 degree when the gas is heated at a constant volume, and it is represented by Cv. So example for specific heat at constant volume, we can consider a gas in a cylinder with a fixed lid. When we heat the gas, the inside pressure of the gas increases and volume remains constant, because as the lid is fixed there is no change in the volume. And if we take m is equal to mass of gas, T1 is equal to initial temperature of gas, T2 is equal to final temperature of gas, then total heat supplied to a gas at a constant volume is equal to Q1 to 2 is equal to m Cv T2 minus T1. Similarly, the specific heat at constant pressure means it is the amount of heat required to rise the temperature of a unit mass of a gas through 1 degree when the gas is heated at constant volume, and it is denoted by Cp. So example for this, if we consider a gas inside the cylinder with a movable lid. So here when we heat the gas, the pressure and temperature of the gas, pressure remains constant, the temperature and volume of the gas changes. The volume will changes because the lid will move as it is movable. So if you take m is equal to mass of gas, V1 is equal to initial volume, T1 is equal to initial temperature, T2 is equal to final temperature, then the total heat supplied to gas at a constant pressure is Q122 is equal to mCp T2 minus T1. So next is that concept is quasi-static process. So quasi-static process, the state through which the system passes will be in equilibrium, then such a process is called quasi-static process or reversible process. So explain the types of thermodynamic system. So the first is closed system, the system which does not permit any mass transfer across its boundary but permits the transfer of energy is called closed system. So it is a mass of, here the mass will not transform across the boundary but energy will transform across the boundary. So it is a mass, it is a system of fixed mass and identified by the boundaries whose boundaries are determined by the space occupied by this working substance. So we can consider an example for this: a gas inside a cylinder. When gas is heated from an external source, its temperature increases and volume of gas increases and piston moves up crossing the boundary. So here heat and energy will cross the boundary but mass of gas inside will remain constant. Next, open flow system, the system which permits both mass and energy transform across the boundary is called as open system. Here mass and energy both are crossing the boundary of the system. So mass within the system, here mass may be constant, may not be constant, and example for this are operation of an air compressor is an example for this. If you take here the low pressure air enters the compressor and leaves the high pressure air, the work crosses the boundary through the driving shaft. Here work is crossing the boundary through the driving shaft and heat crossing the boundary through the cylinder wall. Here both work and heat and mass transform across the boundary, so it is called as a open flow system. Isolated system means the system which does not permit the mass and energy to cross the boundary. So example for this, hot gas contained in a container is an example for isolated system. Next is difference between closed and open system. So it is a 1 mark 5 marks question. In a closed system, it does not permit mass to cross the boundary. Mass is not crossing the boundary and heat and work are crossing the boundary. In open system, mass, heat and work all are crossing the boundary. So closed system, in this system mass is fixed. Open system, in this system mass is not fixed. So closed system, gas contained in a closed tank. Example for closed system is gas contained in a closed tank. Example for open system is gas operation of an air compressor. Next we will discuss the properties of system. So properties of system are the quantities like pressure, temperature, volume, density, etc. So which will describe the state of a system, that is how the system is there. For example, if you take a system, if you are telling 100 Kelvin temperature of a system, 10 bar pressure and having 10 meter cube of volume, then this description, the quantities which will describe like volume, pressure, temperature, density are called as a state of a system, and these are called as the properties of a system. And these properties are of two types. One is the extensive properties and one more is the intensive properties. So extensive properties depends upon the mass. Extensive properties depends upon the mass. Intensive properties do not depend upon the mass. Extensive properties, the magnitude of system property is equal to the sum of their values of the individual part of the